Testing. All right, guys. Hello. Um, Welcome back to the Cash Vault channel, and we are here to finally give you guys a little sneak peek of the newest big update for Onward VR. And what that means is we're going to be showing a little bit of a trailer of the new stuff that they've added in. And I am so excited to show you this, guys. I tried this new update just last night. A lot of big changes, some things I really like, and some others not so much, like I can do without or that I missed the old versions of. But anyways, it's now 8:01 p.m. PST here on Friday, March 28th of 25. And so we are going to start diving right into the videos that I'm going to share. And it's going to be one, the trailer video from the App Store when you update the app. For those of you who have it and have played with it, you guys had to do this on the VR. And of course, it's a big update. So that really means that, sorry about the background noise, guys. Anyways, we are going to be seeing that. For those of you who are just starting to download Onward for the very first time to give it a try, you guys are in luck to give this big update a try because the old versions, there's no turning back to that unless you haven't updated it. But eventually you're going to have to in order to keep the app running smooth and all that metadata and all that stuff. So now we're going to head right into it. So, okay, this should be the video. So now I am going to, okay, gotta hit share first. Share sound. All right, we're good to go. Let's watch it. So far, according to this trailer, we can already see we have new maps, new weapon overhauls, and I definitely like the different new avatars. We don't all look the same anymore. That should have been dealt with a long time ago. The Downfall famous map in the Middle East has been updated. Chopper looks more realistic. And you can no longer snipe and hide out in the mountains. They'll just come right after you. And then on this map, looks like Tanker. Tanker finally has a daytime. It's always been night there. You get a new design of a data pad. The chopper of evac mode looks different. You have a new map called Overgrowth. It kind of looks like a mix between the Gates of Hell map and a bit of the old Tanglewood, which we can't play with anymore because they got rid of it. Too many bugs. We got some new equipment as well, better quality camera drones, well, instead of the cheaper looking ones. And then apparently there's a new game mode that's called Retrieval. which has to do with like retrieving a data device. That's kind of like the last chapter that you try to play in mercenary mode. You retrieve the data that's found somewhere in the map, and then you try to get to the chopper and escape with it successfully so that your side of intel can find the way to obviously beat the terrorists. So there you have it. That's the trailer. Available for MetaQuest VR platforms. So if you have like Quest 2 or newer, you guys are definitely in luck to get this update of the app. If you guys have an older Quest, you guys are probably stuck with the versions of the 1 series, but this is the start of 2.0, and it really looks badass. Um, Hey, Scott Applier, thank you for jumping right in. We got, hey, buddy, nice to see you. A new game update. Maybe this update has better graphics. You are absolutely right about that. Graphics look better, some newer looking changes. It definitely is more, makes it look more exciting than the older versions we used to have throughout the years since 2016 when Onward VR was released. So now we're going to jump right into just getting into the main menu and seeing what's new before even starting the game. So it's kind of like a 10-minute video, guys. That's why I'm only doing this kind of like new first impressions and update video, or live stream, if you will, just to give you guys an idea. On the next live stream, we'll have, or maybe the next one after the next, depending on what topic I discuss. We'll dive into actually mission logging again, but we're not going to do that tonight. We'll be doing mission logging either on the next live or the one after that to see what's new with this new update. So as of right now, we are going to now dive into this video that's going to walk us through the menu and see what we get. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. And I think I also talk over it, so we'll just let me in the recording do the talking. Yep. This took a little more while than it used to with the word loading mark. I actually don't know if I do talk into it. Oh, I guess I didn't talk over it. I guess I forgot to select to include my mic as well when I recorded it. So, okay, at least now we're in the menu. So this is what the new tent looks like. And choppers fly over you, or jets fly over you now, in a certain loop of time. So now here is where we can customize our looks of avatars. We have up to 10 different choices of what our bodily appearance looks like. So I selected one of them, just for an example. You can always go back into the menu when you're done playing a game or out of a tent at any time and change this whenever you like. Once you select it, it'll automatically save. You can pick a side of Marsoc look or a Volk terrorist look. So, yeah, and then you can also select, to go back. Yeah, so I think I chose the one on the very top right corner. Now this mode is what kind of flag or kind of like color patterns that you can wear on your one dominant shoulder to like in real life, it would be a country flag representing what country you're fighting for. But since these are not real flags, these are made up patterns based off of real flag colors because it's supposed to be fictional compared to real life. So I selected the one that I selected for now. So with the appearance of, what color shades for the sunglasses if you selected an avatar that has one. So that looks almost like the original guise of how we all used to look, with the tactical helmet and the vest look and all that. And it also, you can read the avatar's kind of name and nickname in the quotes, and it gives a background of its character, if you will. So it's like you're portraying that as your own. So in a way, that's pretty cool. It gives like a fictional birth date, location of birth, and then background in the service. So that's pretty cool. This is the avatar here that I had selected for myself, the one with the regular camo cap and the shades. I think for the shades I selected green, but I was going through all the colors just to see what looks really great. And my flag's pattern colors, I chose it's one of the red, white, and blues because I wanted it to be very close enough to the America flag colors, of course. So I chose, the top right corner one with the white stripe down the center. And then I tried seeing if I can turn my avatar. Oh yeah, you highlight the arrows and you can turn it and you can see its full scale, front, sides, and rear. So yeah, that looks like a simple look, nothing too fancy. The campsite looks very well too, and an actual warehouse that looks like an office where troops would usually go in for like meetings or like mission briefing. It's really nice. And so I think before I was scrolling through all those colors just to see how much there were. There's like 2 or 3 pages of them. And then over there, we just have regular like cargo crates that are like on the cargo map. A nice looking Jeep there and background mountains out at the base. And then that area of the flight pattern of the jets that fly over every now and then. And then of course your connection statuses, your internet, servers, voice, and Oculus active, and statuses saying you're connected to the internet and you can do it multiplayer. If not, you're stuck with single player. And then there's our regular main menu that's always been there. The Live 2.0 is live, meaning that that's the current version you're on. Single player or multiplayer options, or even a Discord channel. Yeah, it is kind of odd that it doesn't have the American flag, but that's what makes it fictional. They kind of wanted to make it like vague or neutral, if you will, because they didn't want to like single out countries or say like, oh, America's the best, all the others suck. People would probably get that as a misconcept. But then I feel that with this new update of 2.0, many things have changed in the gameplay according to when I first tried it a couple times last night. You would want to go probably back into training on basic training and even at the firing range just to get in the hang of like the new weapon sounds, the mechanism, and the feel of the gameplay, because it's quite a bit different than what you would have been used to in the 1 series. So you still got your different modes. Retrieval is the newest mode that they added. So it gives a description there on what it's about. Can't exactly read it, but I think it says, retrieve high-value intel left behind by rogue mercenaries before Volk can seize it, and exfile on a helicopter. So yep, it's just like the last chapter in the mercenary mode, when you or one of your teammates finds and locates the intel device holds onto it, tries to survive and get away with it in the chopper. Basically, that's what retrieval is. It's nice. I'm willing to give retrieval a try. I haven't tried that game mode yet. I'm still addicted to hunt or evac mode. Mercenary mode's okay, but you're very limited to what they give you, and each round you progress and get more as you accomplish them. There's the shooting range. That's where you want to go and practice the new mechanisms of the update and everything. So, yeah. And free roam is pretty nice if you're into like exploring without any enemies spawning. You can free roam the maps you select. It's very good if you are downloading or have downloaded new maps that you haven't done before and you want to walk around it, getting the feel of where things are, kind of like blueprinting it, if you will, before actually starting a battle or war in it. So, yep, those options are available for the single player mode in the menu. And of course, in multiplayer, there's a lot more because you have a team, not just yourself. And then, of course, in the workshop is where you have all your maps with its statuses. If you have the green check mark that's also labeled subscribed on a certain map, that means you have it and you can dive right into it and play it with no problem. It means it's like up to date and it's active and working. If you need like an update is needed, it'll give you that yellow exclamation point saying that you can play it, you have it, but it needs to be updated first. So the download would have to complete. You'll have to wait before diving into it because maybe changes have happened. It's using more metadata because they may have added, edited, or changed things in the map to make it maybe different or very different. So yeah, I just play the free roam perfectly fine, just exploring. Yeah, it's very nice. You can explore with all your tactical stuff on you, kind of like you're practicing, like there's an enemy there, just to get in the hang of like how the battle would feel in the map before actually going to battle with certain difficulty bots, if you will. And what's cool is that all the enemies now, they don't all look like the same black-dressed avatars. The avatars are very different now, just like ours. They have their avatars just like our looks, but with their Volk black colors. So it could be very confusing now. This is why there was the big change in this update. Different avatars. If you're not careful, you could accidentally shoot one of your teammates' different avatar than yours, than a Volk, which is why you definitely want to check the colors. Because we don't wear all black like they do. We wear mostly camo and light. I've made that mistake a couple times and when I first downloaded it last night, this 2.0, and apparently a lot of us did too because we admitted we're still getting used to the looks and how it feels and everything. So I'm giving us like a pass this whole 1 or 2 weeks or this whole month, if you will, if people accidentally team kill because it definitely can be accidental, especially in a night map when people can't see us very well and the avatars are different. We assume that it could be enemies because the enemies now can speak English. It's not all um like foreign Middle East or Asian like fictionally made up combinations. They don't speak like a lot of us used to call it like terrorist language. Either they don't speak that at all anymore. I haven't played it enough times to figure it out of their dialogue cycles, but most of the time now it's it's English, which now is pretty scary. At least the avatars aren't blue skin and very tall. Yeah, this is not James Cameron Avatar, buddy. This is not Pandora. Although that would be an interesting concept if they made a new map on here, a new fictional good sci-fi kind of map that was like referenced off of Pandora, all jungly, which is kind of similar to what Tanglewood, like the forest to look like on here. You guys that had played Tanglewood many updates back would know what I'm talking about, which is no longer available to us. Tanglewood could be a good like copied like model reference for a Pandora map. except without the blue um Navi natives. So yeah, that'd be a pretty interesting concept. That is a good one, Scott. Anyways, so all in all, this 2.0 looks very badass, real like 5 out of 5 stars kind of a look. But again, when you actually start playing it yourself, give yourself a little time with it. There'll be new things that your eyes and your ears would have to adjust to um, before actually diving into a battle with multiplayer. Because hopefully the multiplayer people had just downloaded this too and are still trying it out for themselves and they already went right into war with it. So they may cut you a break if you might accidentally kill one of your own. Um, but what's also scary is um, there's like a couple of avatars now that are like female kind of avatar characters. So when they talk in their English language, both Volk Terrorist and Marsoc, um, they have like in other words now, they used to be all men. Now there are some women in it as well, and I like how they were inclusive with that. All genders, let's go onward. Um, but there was a time last night when I was in battle and one of the Avatar Volk chicks even took me down, and I'm like, I was so embarrassed. It was kind of funny. And then I told one of my teammates that was trying to get me up. He's like, get me up now so I can shoot that bee. B word. I won't swear on the live stream. Um, but anyway, yeah. It's very sick, as in good thing. Uh, of course, the biggest flaw I only have with it is, of course, um, the avatar look, uh, the new looks, and sometimes the sounds on only certain maps because that can still confuse me between us and the Volk terrorists. Um, and I could accidentally from a distance not know who exactly it is, and I could accidentally shoot one of my own. Likewise, you got to practice with it, and it eventually comes to you. How'd the chick take you down? She show her stuff. Well, what it was, there are like only a couple of like design looks for the chick avatar for like the female avatars. The one that took me down was in like had like long like dread braids for hair, so obviously she was probably like representing a African American female, I guess, of any mix or sorts. So uh and then she sat and then the way and then she sounded as she took me down, target eliminated. And then she was like patrolling my area to protect my area so that nobody would come and retrieve me. And then finally somebody took her down. And then I said, "Oh man, but I wanted to take her down. She was mine." Oh boy. So anyway, I think that's all the time that we have for tonight. So I had showed you guys that and this, so I can get rid of this from my folder so that I don't get mixed up on the next live stream of the ones I already showed tonight. Um, okay. So guys, that is going to be all for this live stream. Thank you for coming and hearing my first impressions and what I think of this new update. Um, I'm gonna give it a few more tries so I can finally get used to it. It eventually comes to you in time. And then there are a couple of bugs that I definitely saw in this new one that they probably might have overlooked. Um, but of course they said that there are still room for improvements for like maybe 2.1 and then the point series in this big 2 update. They said it's still not completely perfect. They'll figure out the kinks, but for the most part, I haven't really had any trouble. It's really nice. Um, so yeah, take her out instead. Yeah, over my dead body. No way I'm gonna take a female terrorist out on a date. Nice, that was cool. Okay. So, yeah, don't forget, guys, to when you can, please press that like button down below. And if you had missed this live stream when it was live and missed the chat, do not worry. You can watch this archived once again in my lives playlist on my channel with the date and the title and the thumbnail so you guys know what video it is. So, you can leave your comments down below. So don't forget, guys, to also stick around to see the next post of what is coming next. That's all the time we have. I'm Cash Vault.